So our first speaker is Alejandro Somar, and he is the Astrotourism coordinator in the province of Misiones. He's a member of the Society of Astronomy and Culture, CONICET, and the Professor Galileo, an environmental activist and the protector of the skies. Please welcome Alejandro to this presentation.
Hello there, can you see me?
Yep,
Well,
we see you. Look great.
Yeah, we can see you.
hi everyone, and nice to meet you and to being here in Guarani Sky 2021. And as like Madeline says, I live here in Misiones. It's not only about to spread the word for protect the dark. It's like my presentation, and this one will be too. It's about how tonight and what a partner said like yesterday, who belongs to night and who belongs to the sky. As many of you know, I work with the Guarani people here, that's original and indigenous people, and we are working together from some time ago. And we think that tourism is the best way to spread the word because, like I always say, the people can defend what they didn't know. So actually, that's a great way to spread the word, and we'll talk about. Well, like my presentation start, it's about Ara view, is what we call here nighttime in Guarani language, and what is what that has to mean, or what is connected to the light pollution, or what we can learn about it. And this is a little diagram and how the Guarani people manage during the day and the night the time, because they didn't being regulated by any specific time schedule. They see the day as before the sun, after the sun, during the night, a few minutes after the sunset. And actually it's quite a little bit problem, because you can say, oh yes, you have this pre-morning or pre-evening, as you prefer to say it. But what happens if you are living in the community and you can see a city like that over the horizons? You can see the light pollution bulb. You can see how they affect to the schedule in the time for them, because they are lost the capability of being accurate with their own time properly. Because it's very important today, because it's not only about the time, it has to do with the stars. Because as you can see there, you can see a little part of the Milky Way, but has a purpose, because you can see a few galaxies there, that the Magellan's Cloud, and more important is the cold sack and the South Cross, because in their own meaning of the time, and during the night is actually works like a clock and a calendar, because the southern clocks, as you can see there, it means that the autumn is coming. And what we want to say with that, because if you cannot see the Southern Cross during the sky at the moment when the night falls, if you cannot see it precisely where it's get, you cannot know where and in the time you are, because actually they have to do with something. It's a meaning to say they respected the time during the night, and that you can see with the nature, it's like this. This is what we call a ñandú. It's it's a bird that can fly, but actually live into the south of Misiones, but they migrate to this area in the period when the salt grounds is getting to the autumn and the winter, because it's actually a time to they start to prepare the crops. They see the winter, and there is a cosmovision here. You can see actually how they call it, the interpretation that is ñandú pisá, is the footstep of the ñandú, or like we say, the sauerkraut. And this little one here actually migrates with them. And as you can see, we are in a privileged area that you can see all these animals in here. And with that, it's important things, and we must to protect all the populations in the nature. And actually, it's a big work that we are doing here. And with Fernando, we are talking in state parks, because we work in natural protected areas. And that's a huge step, because we are not only managed to bring to the public during the pandemic. That's not easy for anyone, but we try to reconvert an information, because you cannot talk about the Milky Ways or the stars into a city and can show it literally under the sky. And that's why we say we are under Guarani Sky. We are 3 minutes. We work with several communities. We do some presentations. We work with park rangers, and actually they became astronomers with working together. And it's not easy. We compromise. We meet in the halfway, because we must to work with the communities, and they do a big major step introducing into the world of the astronomy, because we have the commitment to preserve, and we manage to understand and propose certain times to working together. Because it's the only way we protecting the night, doing some kind of, how do you say, reinvented work, because it's not common that the Guaranis open to the public for teach. And actually, there is a word, they didn't teach, they share all the information and share it with the people. But we're working in some areas. There's one rule, we only work in natural areas. And like Elizabeth said, yes, it's a token. But it's a huge step in the commitment into the light pollution fight, if you will, so, because we need to preserve the sky, not only for the animals, for circadian rhythm and all that one, because when we saw the photos with the light bulb into the sky, it's not only we are damaging the environment, is sorry for my English, I will look into the word. We are trying to preserve the time in one way of life. I think that is the word, because they can not only know the space and time when we actually are living, because and we have the crops. We here drinks a lot of mate. As you know, in Argentina and Uruguay, we are mate drinkers, and we are all regulated by, for example, determined, how do you say, months to do so. I know we are in 2021, we have technologies, but many of this culture actually are very close to the white people, or like they say, Yoruba. And it's important. We have to do a huge work, and you can see the video. You will see a few ways to do it so. And let me say a question. Yes. Yes, I see the question of the UNESCO. And we have to protect the night at all levels, not only to achieve a goal of, yes, I have certification. It's beyond that. Yes, like we are going to show, we have the 52% of the alter biodiversity here in Argentina, in only a less of the 10% of the Argentinian territory. Actually, we have full of wildlife animals, and we at the same that the cities grow. Actually, we need to do a better ways to how do you say, acompañar, to with we must work together with the fauna, the nature, and to the develop of the cities. So I think that's it. Hello?
Hi. Thank you so much for the presentation.
My name is Alejandro Soma, and I live in Misiones, Argentina, under a Guarani sky. And when we say Guarani sky, we truly mean it, because it's not only sharing the night with the Guarani people. They share with us the culture, nature, and all their cosmovision. But it's not just me, it's a bunch of group of people who are working currently together, and as I tell them many often, they are guilty. Guilty for sharing the enthusiasm and the idea of protecting the night. And that actually is a great advice for anyone who hears this, because it's not just spreading the word. You must find the people who will help you to achieve your goal. Karen Fiege, for example, just one day, sharing a mate, we talked about the idea of certifying a sky, and guess what? She said yes. Another person is Eduardo Campos, not only for the astronomy part. For example, he is helping me with those videos. But the most important person in all this is Fernando Villalba, from the Peruti community of El Alcázar, Misiones. He is from the Guarani people, and with him we talk about sharing everything that the Guarani culture have to spread.
La importancia de conservar un espacio donde estamos inmersos, donde estamos los lugares que necesitamos proteger de alguna manera, es el que no haya mucha contaminación lumínica, contaminación sonora. Es decir, que nosotros, los guaraníes, siempre estamos ambientados en los lugares naturales, pero también al pasar los tiempos también hubo muchas edificaciones construidas por el hombre. Entonces la magia está en los lugares más conservados, y esto, el aprender de las estrellas, de los astros, es también te va marcando la historia que te han contado los abuelos, y que de a poquito vas conociendo y bueno, interpretando también el cielo, porque la luna, las estrellas fueron guiados también por los abuelos, que siempre marcaron esos conocimientos.
We talk, for example, about the moon, the crops, the yerba mate, or even the song of a bird, such as the urutau, or like we say, the ghost bird. But if these birds sing at the night, the spirit of the night in the jungle are inviting to us to share, and it is very important to do at the nighttime activities. But not only that, let's remember that we live in Misiones. It's the national capital of the biodiversity. That is, the 52% of all animal species are living here, and we are also a dark sky oasis. Just look at the light pollution map and you will see Misiones as a dark sky corridor. If you add the cultural legacy, the fauna, and the dark skies, how could you not get involved? When you feel the call to protect the skies, with all this, it will never be enough. You will be always see the different skies, and that's the idea. Not only see the contemporary sky, you must see the stars and the stories and how to achieve your goals. After all, the important thing is not just find your star, but not lose sight of it. Last year wasn't easy for anyone, and for us it wasn't very different. We had to reinvent ourselves and how to reach the people again. We had to reconvert our activities into tourism, since it was the only thing enabled. And this is how Cielo Guarani was born. It was not only that, it was the field work measuring the sky with the SQM, making the light inventories, and we create a provincial law, which is not a minor fact, since it will protect all the skies through his territory, and is the first one in the Mercosur. We must have more dark skies places. So I invite you all to get involved and take action to take care of the skies, because people can protect what they didn't know.
Tenemos que tener en cuenta la selva y el hombre. Tenemos que saber escuchar a los cantos de las aves para que la selva sea como una escuela más, donde te enseña cómo hay que comportarse entre lo humano y hacia la selva, porque más allá de identificar al pueblo guaraní con cómo se venía manteniendo, es solamente aprender cómo cuidar más a partir de lo que te enseña la naturaleza, bueno, con respeto, con mucho aprendizaje, porque la cultura indígena siempre ha mantenido esa enseñanza que de por sí vienen naturalmente. Entonces es para que se mantenga en el tiempo, para que se mantenga esa manifestación natural de la selva. Y bueno, tenemos que seguir con ese respeto hacia el medio ambiente y que la naturaleza y el hombre siempre se mantenga esa unión de aprendizaje mutuo, y que más que la selva, que el hombre esté más aprendiendo de la naturaleza.
That is how we do in Misiones. We go with a group of people to one of the darkest skies that we can find and make their lived experience under a Guarani sky. Because talking the stars in the cities is not the same to do it under it.